YouTube channel, the cost is amazingly affordable, which means more kids get their moment to shine. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Hello and welcome to Heritage Christian High School. It is the final night of the City Alliance Volleyball Tournament. The number 1 seed, Fighting Irish of Cathedral, looking to repeat as tournament champions. They'll take on the number 3 seed Eagles of Heritage Christian after they pulled off a big win last night over Bishop Chittard. So the winner tonight will be crowned champion, and then we'll start thinking about sectional tournament action beginning next week. City Alliance volleyball action being brought to you tonight by Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local hometown John Deere dealer since 1955. They have 5 central Indiana locations. Reynolds meets all your equipment parts and service needs. Boilermaker Local 374, representing skilled workers across Indiana. Discover the Boilermaker advantage with Local 374. Burtner Electric, spark with confidence, your trusted electrician partners since 1986. Wheeler Mission, helping our neighbors in need since 1893, thanks to generous, caring individuals like you. Morellis Group Staffing, building better futures one story at a time. Let us help you find your next opportunity. LifeWise Academy. LifeWise Academy brings Bible education to public school students during school hours. Learn more at lifewise.org. LIUNA, the Build America Union, 500,000 strong, and fighting for better wages, safer job sites, and greater opportunities. And the IndianaSRN sports page. Coast to coast, border to border, from the court to the field, IndianaSRN brings it home daily with the sports page. Great to have you with us tonight. Troy Derengowski with you. Keith Myers not with us this evening, a little bit under the weather, so he's going to hopefully be okay for high school football coming up on Friday and college football coming up on Saturday as well. Should have a dandy here tonight. Question will be, how much does Heritage Christian have left in the tank after their big win over the number 2 seed Trojans of Bishop Chittard last night? With that win, Heritage Christian now 20-7 on the season, and it was certainly a balanced attack last night. But Ella Mensch led the way, 15 kills. She was virtually unstoppable. throughout the night. Her kill percentage was at nearly 39%. She ended up with 39 attacks on the night. That was good enough for a .256 hitting percentage, and she also supplied 15 digs in the win. And watching her in the warm-ups here a little bit ago, she seems like she is ready to go for this championship matchup. She wasn't the only one that was really played about as well as you could imagine last night. Naomi Thier had 14 kills. Now, her numbers are actually better from a percentage standpoint than Ella Mensch. Thier had 14 kills, her kill percentage at 67%. She ended up with 31 attacks on the night. Her hit percentage, get this, an incredible .571. And, of course, Alex Brown, very consistent again last night. 12 kills, had 31 attacks and 12 digs. They'll need all three of those players to play well again tonight in order to bring home a championship. Kenley Mitchell, we'll look for her again tonight. She had 5 total blocks last night. The team had 10 overall. And, of course, Bethany Ring did a great job, 38 assists on the night. So they'll need those kind of numbers tonight if they plan on knocking off the top-seeded Fighting Irish of Cathedral. And again, with that win, it also moved Heritage Christian to the number 13 spot in the 2A Z ratings that came out earlier today. So let's see if they can do it against the defending champions, the Fighting Irish of Cathedral. Last night, they got off to a great start against Covenant Christian. Won the first set 25-11. Seemed like they were going to sail along. In fact, it was Covenant Christian who got off to the fast start. They led that one 3-0, and after that, Cathedral dominated from that point on. But then you got to the second set, and Covenant Christian played extremely well. Cathedral wins it 25-19. Down 2-0. You go to the final set. Covenant Christian just didn't have much left in the tank, and Cathedral put on the gas once again, and they won it by a final of 25-7. We talked about the balanced attack that we saw with Heritage Christian last night, but look at the numbers here today for Cathedral. Last night, Avery Lewis, 9 kills and a block. Blaine Adams had 8 kills. Hayden Mansager had 7. Chloe Moss had 5 kills and 4 blocks on the night. Sophia Farah had 5 kills. Elena Sloan had 4 kills. And Sydney Matthews had a great night in the serving department. She finished with 6 aces on the evening. Now, even with the win last night, the Z ratings that came out today, Cathedral, they're number 2 in 3A, but they fall into number 8 in the overall Z ratings. Going into action here, and of course we get ready for sectional play beginning next week. Really not a clear favorite from among many of the teams that we will see entering the tournament next week. But Fort Wayne Carroll, believe it or not, has moved to the top spot in the latest Z ratings. They're followed by Westfield, Hamilton Southeastern, Crown Point, and Warsaw. Those are the top 5. Number 6, Brownsburg. Ron Colley is the top 3A team at number 7. Cathedral again at number 8, but they're number 2 now in 3A. Evansville North is number 9, and Floyd Central coming in at number 10. One thing we will point out about this Cathedral team, they are 13-7 against top 20 teams this year. That schedule is as tough as any schedule in the state of Indiana, and they're hoping to continue their push tonight, not only for championship tonight, but of course when sectional play begins next week. When we come back, we'll get this one underway. It's number 1 Cathedral, the Fighting Irish, and the Eagles of Heritage Christian. They're the number 3 seed. We'll have it coming up next right here on IndianaSRN.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Back here at Heritage Christian, let's go to a public address announcer for tonight's starting lineup.
9, Cindy Matthews. Number 11, Sophia Barr. Number 7, Elena Sloan. And starters, number 2, Mia Stubbs. Number 4, Avery Lewis. Number 5, Blaine Adams. Number 8, Annabelle Homan. Number 10, Hayden Manson. Number 13, Caroline Henshaw. And number 14, Chloe Moss. The Irish are coached by Carrie Winchin. Now for your Heritage Christian Eagles. Non-starters, number 1, Dylan Wanda. Number 3, Liesel Thompson. Number 7, Whitney Blaney. Number 13, Nathan Cook. Number 27, Zoe Kinchelo. Number 25, Wynn Ralston. Number 29, Adri Ambrose. And your starters for the Eagles, number 5, Bethany Ring. Number 6, Ella French. Number 8, Anna Hilbrick. Number 14, Abby Duck. Number 22, Kennedy Mitchell. Number 23, Alex Brown. And number 24, Naomi Steele. Your Eagles are coached by Abby Punta, assisted by Karen Ring.
All right, there you have it. Both teams introduced, ready to go. It's number 1 and number 3. Reminder, tonight's game, as always, right here on IndianaSRN Championship night, as always. Great to have you with us. I want to remind you, any use of audio or video without the express written permission of IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association is prohibited without the express written permission of those entities. Should be a good one here tonight. The Fighting Irish, and like what we saw last night, each team seemed to wear their dark uniforms, but tonight everybody wearing their white uniforms. Bishop Chittard last night knocked off the number 2 seed by Heritage Christian, but they will look forward to the tournament. Heritage Christian, with their win last night, hoping to get a win here tonight, and that would vault them big time into the sectional beginning next week. It'll be Ring, Mensch, along with Hilbrick, Duff, Mitchell, Brown, and Thier for Heritage Christian. For Cathedral, Stubbs, Lewis, Adams, Hoban, Mansager, Hanchar, and Moss. Official getting his final rotations in as they will make the changes necessary. And we will get this one underway here tonight. More fans still showing up here to watch this championship matchup. For those of you that are watching on IndianaSRN, we thank you as well. As Heritage Christian will serve first. And Bethany Ring had a heck of a night last night. We talked about her numbers as a server in last night's game. She also ended up with 38 assists last night as well. So here we go. As we are now underway in this championship matchup. And we've got a carry, I do believe, on Cathedral. And so an early mistake by the Fighting Irish. So Ring off to a good start, 1-0. Another good serve. Both these teams are good serving teams. The block in the middle, ball kept alive. The back set, cross-court attack. Nothing there, and that's going to be wide on the attempt on the left side by Ella Mensch. Of course, everybody's emotions might be a little bit high early in this one, as we'll see. Caroline Hanchar will serve now for the Fighting Irish. Tied at 1 here in the opening set. By the way, the JV team for Cathedral won the City Alliance Championship, and there is a point. Misplay on the receiving side there for Heritage Christian. 2-1, Fighting Irish with the lead. Another good serve by Hanchar. The back set right, and the point coming to the near side was Ella Mensch, and she'll get her first kill of the night. We mentioned her big numbers last night with 15 kills. She, along with Theron Brown, will be a force up front here tonight. So we're tied at 2 apiece. And Mensch will serve now for the Eagles. To the outside left, and that's going to be long on the swing. The attempt by number 5, Blaine Adams. And the Eagles now take a 3-2 lead. Talked about it last night. The one thing you don't want to do is fall asleep on this Heritage Christian team, because they're good enough. They can beat a lot of teams, and they feel they're good enough to win this one tonight as well. Brown will send it deep middle. Fighting Irish, short set. Mensch played it well on the back row, and that's going to go just outside the antenna. Could not get the return. Point will go to the Fighting Irish. Annabelle Hoban will come in and will serve, as we're tied at 3 here in the first set. Chloe Moss will sit down for the Fighting Irish. Here's Brown to the outside. Ball played in the middle, and that's going to be hit long. And another attack error by the Fighting Irish. And now we'll see coming in the lineup Kenley Mitchell. And Mitchell can be lethal up front for the Eagles. Side out, 4-3 Eagles. Anna Hilbrick on the serve. That'll be her first service error of the night. Side out now for Cathedral. We're tied at 4. No separation between these two teams as of yet. To the middle. Great block up front. That's going to be Avery Lewis. Lewis gets the block and the point. And now 5-4. Fighting Irish with the lead. Mansager on the serve. Here's Brown to the outside left, wide on the attack. And your biggest lead now this opening set at 6-4, Cathedral. Mansager, one of the captains on this team on the floor right now for the Fighting Irish. Trying to now build on the lead. The overpass, quickly dumped in by Avery Lewis, and the kill. And now it's a 3-point lead. And we talked about it so much last night and throughout the games we've covered this year. With that overpass, how many times it will kill you. As that's going to be first service error on the Fighting Irish. They're a team that serves in the 90% range at 94%. Side out now for Whitney Laney. -2 again in the opening set of play. Ball joust at the net, and the ball will be kept alive by the Fighting Irish. Good job there. The back set, the block. Fighting Irish back on the attack again. Not a great set. Here's Brown. Brown went deep, and they thought it was touched, and the officials say it was not. So the point will go to the Fighting Irish. Celeste Mariani coming in to serve, +3 now for the Fighting Irish. Near overpass, Mitchell tried to swipe it. Big time swing off the left side by Hanchar. Hanchar again, no doubt about this one. Hanchar, first kill of the night. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local hometown John Deere dealer since 1955. 5 central Indiana locations. Reynolds meets all your equipment parts and service needs. 4-point lead now for the Fighting Irish in the opening set. Let's see how the Eagles will respond. Tough job there, Mitchell trying to get over those long arms. Brown the sweep. Fighting Irish back to the outside, and there's another one by Caroline Hanchar. 2 in a row. And now the Fighting Irish offensively starting to put some things together. Take another look at it right here. That just shows you the power on her swing. The 5-point lead, the biggest so far here in the opening set for either team. So many times we talk about this game, all the momentum. That's Brown, and Brown down the line in the point. Boy, Brown so big last night in that win, gets her first kill of the night, but momentum such a big factor in both games last night. So Brown after the kill will now serve. And a good serve it was. First ace of the night. Lead at 3 now for the Fighting Irish. 13 aces in the win last night for Heritage Christian. Back set, down the line with authority is Avery Lewis. You had Hanchar on the left, you have Lewis on the right. And if you give them the right set, they're almost unstoppable as Avery Lewis will now serve with a 4-point lead. Think about Cathedral, they just methodically get that big lead and then just kind of take off on you. They did that last night. Brown from behind the attack line and the kill. Alex Brown, her second kill of the night. Side out now for Heritage. Kenley Mitchell did struggle a little bit in the serving department last night. Let's see if she's fixed that here for tonight's matchup, and that'll be number 2 now. Point will go to Cathedral. They lead it by 4. Side out now for Stubbs. Eagles to the outside. Good block there on the attempt by Mensch. The back set. A little push there by Mansager. Mensch again. Tried to go deep in the corner. To the outside, just inside the line. Hanchar gets her 3rd kill here in the opening set. And you kind of get the feeling right now that the Fighting Irish are going to focus a lot on Mensch. We've got a timeout on the floor. Fighting Irish lead at 13-8.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Your business depends on quality, efficiency, and reliability. At Reynolds Farm Equipment, we help you stay ahead with John Deere commercial mowers built for performance. Whether you're maintaining parks, businesses, or neighborhood lawns, you need equipment that works as hard as you do. With expert service, flexible financing, and the best lineup of mowers in the industry, Reynolds keeps your operation running strong. Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local John Deere dealer since 1955.
Tonight's championship matchup being brought to you in part by Boilermaker Local 374, representing skilled workers here in Indiana. Discover the Boilermaker advantage with Local 374. Following the timeout, 13-8 your score. Welcome back here to Heritage Christian. Eagles get a good timeout there. Just try to kind of slow things down a little bit. That'll be the second service error on the Fighting Irish. So it's back to 4, side out for Bethany Ring. See what zone they'll try to attack here against the Fighting Irish. I think everything was kind of set following that timeout. Cathedral outside left. Boy, I tell you what, just inside the line. Mansager gets her first kill, and that's a couple of we have seen tonight. Hanchar, Mansager, and Lewis have all gone deep in that back row just inside the line. Hanchar will now serve with a 5-point lead. Good serve with the left hand, and the ball kept alive. Great play for the Fighting Irish. Back to the outside, that'll be a point. Anytime you need a quick point, Ella Mensch is there. That's going to be her second kill of the night, but that was a great defensive play by Cathedral. Mensch, after the kill, will now serve. She has 2 tonight. Alex Brown has 2. Lead back to 4 now for Cathedral. Fighting Irish come back to the outside, and back in the lineup, it'll be Blaine Adams. Adams gets her first of the night. Adams had 8 kills in the win last night. We mentioned how balanced their attack was offensively. Hoban will serve, now with a 5-point lead. And she does that really well. We watched her do it several times last night. And we have a whistle, and looks like we may have a net violation. That's going to go against Blaine Adams. So side out for Heritage Christian. Hilbrick will serve. Fighting Irish a little out of rotation on this one, able to make the return. Here's Brown. Brown goes deep and a little bit long once again. She's had a couple of those tonight. Lead back to 5 now for the Fighting Irish. Side out now for Mansager. We were going into this one wondering how much energy is Brown able to make the return, how much energy the Eagles will have. Don't seem to be quite as fired up tonight as they were last night, but still, that's going to be long. Attack error for the Fighting Irish. That was Hanchar on the swing. Lead back to 4. The Eagles hanging around. Whitney Laney will now serve for Heritage Christian. And that's going to be kept alive up until the last moment. 4 hits there. Point will go to Heritage Christian, only down by 3. Looked like Annabelle Hoban had a little bit of trouble on the receiving end. They go after her again. Fighting Irish back to the outside left, and boy, I tell you what, Blaine Adams Not one of your taller players, but she can definitely get up. Back in the lineup will be Mariani. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Burtner Electric. Spark with confidence, your trusted electrician partners since 1986. 17-13 your score. Here's Brown, a little bit outside the boundary, still able to keep it in play. Another big swing on the left side. There's Hanchar from behind the attack line, and that one falls in. Give the kill there to Mansager. That'll be number 2 for her tonight. And we've got another timeout. The Eagles down by 5.
IndianaSRN wants to put more kids on TV. And honestly, that's exactly what these kids deserve. They stream more than 350 high school and college games every year, giving Indiana athletes the spotlight they've earned. All games are free to watch with on-demand on their YouTube channel. The cost is amazingly affordable, which means more kids get their moment to shine. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
High school volleyball brought to you in part by Beatty Insurance, a company that understands your industry and what's on the line for you. Give them a call, 812-522-5640. Second timeout used by the Eagles, so no timeouts remaining. And that'll be a service error. That's number 3 now on the Fighting Irish, and a team that, again, serves very well. They did struggle at times last night. Brown will serve -4 here in the opening set. So far, the Fighting Irish have kept, and that's going to fall short. Point will go to the Eagles. I was about ready to say the Fighting Irish have kept Ella Mensch in control at this point. Only 2 kills here in the opening set. Not really been a factor at this point. Another good serve by Brown. Back to the outside, and that's going to go wide off the block. Point will go to Hanchar. That'll be her 4th kill of the night to go along with an ace. And serving will be Avery Lewis. Still within 4 here in the opening set. Lewis, excellent serve. Mensch from behind the attack line, and the Fighting Irish unable to handle that one. And Ella Mensch gets her 3rd of the night. Down to 3, side out for Mitchell. Hard to say at this point. You've been playing pretty much all week long, though these 2 teams had a bye in the first round. I think their focus might be a little bit off here so far. Here's Mensch again. Great block coming up big as Stubbs. Now we're in the red zone. It's down to 4, a 20-16 lead. Stubbs, after making the big block, will now serve for the Fighting Irish, trying to win this opening set. Oh, and there's some miscommunication. Brown looking at her teammate Hilbrick, and they watched it fall in. Easy ace that time for Stubbs, and now it's a 5-point lead. So always talk about effective communication, and that time it wasn't there, and that's kept alive. Another great defensive play for the Fighting Irish. Brown tried to send it back. Might have thought she was going to collide with a teammate very close to that front row. And a couple of mistakes now by the Eagles. They find themselves down by 6. Eagles will have to respond here quickly. Cannot make 3 more mistakes in this opening set. Mensch to the outside. Great play by Lewis. Kept alive. And Mensch gave it every bit she had on that one, and the Irish do it again on defense. The overpass. Down in the corner and the point. It'll be Bethany Ring. Good court vision by Ring. Down by 5, and now Ring will serve for the Eagles. Heritage Christian hanging around here on their home floor. Very tough. Boy, how about that swing? Hanchar, another one, just absolutely on fire here in the first set. 5th kill already. Back in the lineup will be Blaine Adams. And serving is Caroline Hanchar. And that one is a clipper. Second ace of the night now for Hanchar. And now we're at set point. That's one of those that there's not a whole lot you can do about it. Clips the net like that, has all that downspin, and then just falls in for the point and finishes it off with another ace. Fighting Irish win the first set, 25-17.
Did you know, according to the National Federation of High Schools, 80% of new officials quit the game after just 2 seasons because of abusive behavior from the stands and sidelines?
Your kid's Friday night touchdown. Just Wit HD on Roku. IndianaSRN is bringing Central Indiana high school sports right to your living room in crystal clear quality. With over 350 live contests streaming each year, from football under the lights to basketball buzzer beaters, we're putting local athletes in the spotlight. Search IndianaSRN on your Roku device today and never miss a moment of hometown glory.
At Riskwork, we're Team Indiana through and through, from coaching youth basketball to protecting critical infrastructure. Like our partners at IndianaSRN, we invest in people first. That same grit and leadership on the court drives our work in cybersecurity. We help businesses stay secure, resilient, and ready with no guesswork. If you can trust us to protect the grid, you can surely trust us to protect your Indiana business.
It's game day, a time to focus on the excitement and not to worry about your insurance coverage. With Indiana Farmers Insurance by your side, you can step onto the field or into the bleachers with true peace of mind, knowing your coverage is handled by local agents who care about your business, your auto, your home, and your farm as much as you do. Local insurance, local agents, here for you. Now that's what we call teamwork.
Back here at Heritage Christian Cathedral, wins the first set 25-17. Want to remind you, and we're very proud of this, you can watch all of our sporting events on our new Roku channel. So make sure you check that out when you get an opportunity. Roku here on IndianaSRN. We have a bevy of games coming up tomorrow. 3 games. High school football, New Albany at Seymour. That is a 7 o'clock kickoff time here on IndianaSRN. Also tomorrow night, Avon is at Zionsville. That too is a 7 o'clock kickoff. And one of the games tomorrow, Greenwood Christian will play at Covenant Christian. That too will kick off at 7 o'clock. And then of course, Saturday, back to college football, will be down in Franklin. It's homecoming for the Grizzlies. They'll take on Rolls-Hulman. 1:30 kickoff, 1:15 pregame on HCAC.TV. So, bevy of games coming up this weekend. Hard to believe high school football, week 8. That means that we have 1 week in the regular season, and then the tournament begins. Well, Cathedral wins that opening set. Heritage Christian kept it close till late, and then the Fighting Irish finished it out with 2 aces by Caroline Hanchar, and they win it 25-17. So let's see what adjustments will be made now by the Eagles. I think they got to get off to a fast start and try to build a lead. This is a Cathedral team that is very hard to stop. They have so many weapons. When you talk about Avery Lewis and Blaine Adams, Mansager and Hanchar and Chloe Moss, who we really haven't talked about yet tonight, but Moss can be a factor as well. So the Fighting Irish will serve. It'll be Hanchar. Stepping back will serve here in the beginning of set 2. I mentioned the Irish have 13 wins over top 20 teams this year. How about that block? We just talked about Chloe Moss, and she gets a block and the point, and they really done a nice job against Ella Mensch here tonight. Ella's one heck of a player, and the Fighting Irish just trying to keep her in check. So an early lead for the Fighting Irish. Hanchar serving once again. She's one of the better servers you're going to see in the state of Indiana. Mensch once again off the left side. Here come the Fighting Irish back once again. And I'll tell you what, when you get Blaine Adams going along with the rest of them, they're tough to beat. Blaine listed at 5'9", just a sophomore. What a future she has over the next couple of years. This is a Fighting Irish team that has only 4 seniors. So they're going to be formidable again next year. Down the line, ball kept alive. It was a great swing that time by Mensch, but that defense has played so well for the Fighting Irish here tonight. That one clips the top of the net and falls in. Mansager didn't get a clean hit on it, but that'll be her 3rd kill of the night. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Piper Logistics. For more than 2 decades, the seasoned professionals at Piper have been the trusted partners for inventory management, warehouse fulfillment, and transportation. Give them a call, 317-396-1023. And this time they can't stop Ella Mensch. That'll be her 4th kill. And the Eagles on the board now, trailing at 3-1 here in set 2. Side out now for Bethany Ring. One really big area that we have seen the Fighting Irish excel tonight is just their defense, and that's a rarity there for Bethany Ring. Their 3rd service error, each team with 3. But the way the defense is playing tonight for the Fighting Irish, that makes them even tougher, as Annabelle Hoban will serve +3. The back set. Mensch came to the near side, and we may have another net violation against Blaine Adams. Second win we have seen tonight with Adams here on the left side. So Ella Mensch will now serve -2 here in the second set. Fighting Irish. Short set middle, and that's like stealing right there. That is the 3rd kill for Lewis. And she's able to hang, and she's at about 6'1", so anytime you can feed her a short set in the middle, it's almost automatic. Hayden Mansager will now serve, leading it by 3. Brown able to keep that one alive. Nice swing with the left hand, and that'll be Naomi Thier. And Thier had a great game last time. We talked about her numbers in the pregame, and as a left-hander, has that different spin on it, especially coming from the right side. So lead down to 2. And the side out now by Hilbrick. Well, this second set looking much like what the first set was. Very close early, and that'll be a service error. So that's number 4 now on the Eagles. Fighting Irish will make a change. Sydney Matthews will come in. She wore number 15 last night. She's back to her usual number 9 tonight. And a good serve by Matthews. Here's Brown. Down the line, it's in. Alex Brown, her 3rd kill of the night. One thing Brown does that extremely well down the line is Whitney Laney will come in and serve now for the Eagles, only down by 2. Fighting Irish. Free ball now for the Eagles. Brown. And Brown does it again. Well, sometimes the team will focus a lot on players like Ella Mensch, and that leaves things open for Alex Brown. Brown now with 4 kills and an ace tonight. And all of a sudden, it's just a 1-point lead now for the Fighting Irish. Big time swing left side by Hanchar. Defended well. Free ball now for the Fighting Irish. The quick sweep and the point. Stubbs caught everybody off guard there. Stubbs has a block, an ace, and a kill to her credit. Avery Lewis will now serve, leading it by 2. Not a great reception. Mensch goes long. They thought it was touched. No change of the call there. Let's say it was not. Laney had a hard time receiving, but they were able to keep it alive, but the return too long on the attack, so down by 3. One thing the Fighting Irish would love to do is get up 2 games to none. Brown able to keep it alive. Mensch from behind the attack line. The push deep. Let's see how the Eagles will go. Mitchell in the middle, and Mitchell. We talked about it last night, Coach and myself, that we'd love to see Mitchell get more chances on that short set, because last night she was almost automatic. And Mitchell gets her first kill of the night. Down to 2. Boy, I tell you what, that is tough. One step inside the 10-foot line, and Avery Lewis goes up and gets a kill. Back in the lineup will be Mansager. Side out now for Stubbs. Lead is at 3, and again, this game looks much like the first set, and unable to receive it is Hilbrick. And the ace by Stubbs, that'll be her second of the night. 5 aces already for the Fighting Irish. The overpass, the play at the net, ball's kept alive, and once again, another overpass by the Eagles. They are able to make the return. The back set down the line, and it goes out of play. Mansager gets another kill. That'll be her 4th of the night. And the Eagles need a timeout. 11-6, Cathedral.
This is LifeWise Academy. It's a program that teaches Bible-based character education to public school students during school hours. Not before school and not after, but during school hours.
So here's how this works. The students will leave this school building, hop on this bus, take a short ride across the street to the church. I can see the steeple from here, have Bible class, hop back on the bus, head back to school. It's that simple.
Go to lifewise.org to find your school.
During Army basic training, I found out I had 7 herniated discs. Prescription pain medication led me to a heroin addiction. I entered Wheeler's program and learned life on God's terms.
After meeting Greg, I was so impressed, I hired him. When you change that one life, it makes it all worthwhile.
Now, I have a family, house, and a job that I love. At Wheeler, you can have something everlasting.
High school volleyball brought to you by Dynamark. Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. They've been serving the Indianapolis area for over 50 years. Give them a call, 317-328-2555. Irish lead it by 5. Third time out tonight by the Eagles, and unable to receive that one is Laney. So Stubbs has already 3 aces. We've seen some big service errors tonight by the Eagles. Mensch took a step inside the 10-foot line and gets the kill. Number 5 on the night for Ella Mensch. Lead is at 5. Mitchell will serve. Had a service error her last time up. 4 tonight by the Eagles. 3 so far by the Fighting Irish. Mensch. And it's going to be long. And they're going to say it was touched up front. So Mensch gets the kill. Now number 6. And the lead down to 4. Mensch is one of those players you can't stop all night long. And when she gets rolling, she's going to be tough. And the Fighting Irish hoping to keep her contained the rest of the way. Not a great set, but it was open in the middle. Lewis gets the kill. The Eagles will have to close up that little area there in the middle. Back to a 5-point lead. Side out now for Hanchar. Good serve by Hanchar. The overpass. Ball is going to be kept alive. And then over the top, Lewis did it again. Got just enough of it, clipped that net, and then dropped down. And now it's back to a 6-point lead. The Eagles need to respond in a positive manner here pretty soon. Here's Brown. Got a great jump, and it's in. Just inside the line. Alex Brown, the senior. Another big play for Alex. Side out now for Bethany Ring. I mentioned how Cathedral just methodically getting this lead, and then they just build on it throughout, so the Eagles can't fall too far behind. The back set. Big time swing. And the point as that one hit the rafters and came back down. Mansager will get credit for the kill. That's number 5. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Risk Work. We make people feel safe. We protect your business. You live safe, and we've got you covered. Give them a call. Risk Work, 317-379-6755. 6-point lead. Second set. The overpass nearly cost the Eagles again. Soft touch, great play by Bethany Ring. The joust at the net. Mensch kept it alive. Here is Brown again. Great play there by Stubbs. The runner over the top by Adams. Mensch again to the outside and the kill. Seven now by Mensch. Take another look at it. Look at the elevation over the double block attempt. And Ella Mensch will now serve. Lead is at 5. Eagles hanging around. And the Fighting Irish make the return. Lewis. Short set. Back to the middle once again, and it was open for Lewis. Second time we've seen a big hole in that defense there for the Eagles. Now they're down by 6. Side out here for Mansager. Another good serve, the overpass, and it cost you. We'll see it time and time again, the overpass, and it gets close to the net. Timeout Eagles, they trail it by 7.
Fans, are you ready to get even closer to all the action with IndianaSRN? Subscribe now and never miss a moment. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and get instant access to exclusive live streams. Stay updated with real-time scores and breaking news by following us on Twitter, your ultimate source for everything Indiana sports related. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube and smash that follow on Twitter. Join the IndianaSRN family today and take your passion for high school and college sports to the next level.
Countdown 3, 2, 1.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Officially Human. Their mission is to restore respect for game officials and recognize them as authorities on the field and the court. Make sure you do your part. Practice good sportsmanship. 7-point lead. How about that block? Lewis getting her second block of the night. Lead is at 8. That was a pretty good swing there by Naomi Thier. Thier doesn't have the same numbers she had last night. There's Brown, cross court. It is wide. Point Cathedral. And now they're in control of this one, leading it by 9. Mansager again on the serve. Thier back to the middle, and there is Mia Stubbs again. Stubbs with her second kill of the night. It's now a 10-point lead. We have made it to the red zone here in the second set. The Eagles don't look like that. I think last night took a lot out of them just to get that win over Bishop Chatard, the number 2 seed. How about that? From behind the attack line, everything going well here for the Fighting Irish. Hanchar with the kill. 6 kills now by Hanchar. Their MO still the same thing tonight. Balanced attack by so many different players. 21-10. Here's Brown. Again long. And no official on the floor said that was touch, so it will be point on the attack error by Brown. Just a little bit too much English on that one. Lead at 12. Will they go to Brown again? Free ball now for the Fighting Irish. Hate to see this for the Eagles. The sweep, and there is Lewis again. That back set and that movement for Lewis is so natural. If she can get a run jump on that one, it's now 23-10. Again, this was another set. It was close very early, and now the Fighting Irish simply taking over. Here's Brown. Short set, and again, Lewis. That is one of those plays where you just kind of look at each other and you know what's going to happen. You don't have to say anything. Now set point as the Fighting Irish now dominating in this one. Brown, the push. Another great opportunity here to the outside, and they'll finish it off thanks to Blaine Adams, her 5th kill. Second set, 25-10 Cathedral. They lead it 2-0.
A great lawn starts with the right equipment. At Reynolds Farm Equipment, we're here to help you make mowing easier and more enjoyable. From zero turns to lawn tractors, John Deere mowers give you the power, precision, and comfort to get the job done right. Plus, with expert service and support from Reynolds, you can spend less time worrying about your mower and more time enjoying the results. Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local John Deere dealer since 1955.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
Poached egg on avocado toast.
Ew.
Your flash-fried porgy over chips.
Ew.
Your fresh Maine lobster with microgreens.
When the only thing your 8-year-old will eat is waffles.
She's fine. She's fine.
Your waffles, milady.
It matters where you stay.
Yum.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Back here at Heritage Christian Cathedral, now leads it 2-0. Don't forget, high school football coming up tomorrow night. Greenwood Christian, Covenant Christian, 6:50 is the airtime. We'll be down in Seymour. It's New Albany and Seymour also at 6:50 for the airtime. And then Zionsville hosting Avon. That also is a 6:50 airtime. And, of course, we mentioned college football coming up on Saturday. Franklin's homecoming, they take on Rolls-Holman. That is a 1:15 airtime on HCAC.TV. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Labor's International Union of North America. They're the Build America Union, 500,000 strong, fighting for better wages and benefits, safer job sites, and greater opportunities. We are LIUNA. And by Family Source Insurance, Pat Cherry is your independent agent, proudly representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Give him a call, 317-894-7000. Well, the Eagles are going to need a great effort. Stay alive. They're down 2-0. So far, Hanchar with 6 kills, Mansager with 5, Avery Lewis 9 kills tonight. Blaine Adams with 5. Mia Stubbs has had a good night as well. 3 aces, 2 kills, and a block. As Bethany Ring will serve now for the Eagles. To the outside, and that's got a lot of power behind that one. That's Mansager getting number 6. Or are they going to say it's wide? One official said one thing, the other official said another, that it was touched, so it will be Irish. That again will be number 6 now by Mansager, and she will be serving an early 1-0 lead. Still thinking, when you kind of look at this, we were wondering about it last night, whether Heritage Christian, they put so much energy into that win over the number 2 seed. What would they have left for tonight? The overpass, and not a good set that time. Point will go to the Fighting Irish, and all of a sudden you find yourself down 2-0 here in the third set. You got to wonder here if the Eagles can respond, and they've kept it close early, but there's another play at the net, this time by Blaine Adams. And so now Adams has 6 kills here tonight, and was just another overpass that cost the Eagles, and now down 3-0. Nice swing there by Thier. Play at the net again, and this time it'll be Chloe Moss. Well, the Eagles, just you see a look at their bench right there. They just don't seem to really have the same life that they had so far from last night, and now they're down 4-0. Not a good set there for Mensch. Wow. They're just taking control of this one. Blaine Adams with her 7th. Just too much firepower right now for Cathedral, and they lead it 5-0. There's the Irish bench as well. I think they just kind of feel they're going about their own business here. They played such a tough schedule. The record may not indicate that they're having a successful year, where they played so many good teams. And off the mark there was Ella Mensch, and you're down 6-0. Feel this one slipping away here in the third set. First two sets were very, very close early before the Fighting Irish took off. So that defense has played extremely well here for the Fighting Irish. Mensch back to the outside, and they'll get it this time. Number 8 now for Ella Mensch. 5 kills tonight for Brown, and they get a point on the board. It'll be Mensch who will be serving down by 5 here in the third set. Short set to the middle. Great job by Mensch to keep it alive. That's Brown, and that's going to go wide. I think there was a little confusion on what the call was, but I believe that it was wide off of the block. One thing for sure, you have that little red flag like that, and you're not sure where you're waving it, you never know what's going to happen. So it will be Eagles' point. So now it's a 4-point lead. All the officials here tonight, 4 officials for this championship game, 4 here last night as well. On the return, and the point, thanks to Avery Lewis. She's had a couple of those tonight where she literally just pushed the ball over the net. Side out here for Hoban, lead back to 5. Back set, Thier stopped again. Short set to the middle, wasn't a great set, and the misplay at the 10-foot line and the point. Mentioned it wasn't a great set that time for Lewis, but she was able to get it across. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Family Source Insurance. Pat Cherry is your independent agent, proudly representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Give him a call at 317-894-7000. Fighting Irish back on the attack once again. Here's Brown. Not a great set, but able to recover in time to get the kill. Six kills now by Alex Brown. You see the recovery right there. Side out for Hilbrick. Down by 5, can make a little run here, keep it interesting. How about that? In the lineup, number 11, which is actually Sophia Farah, who's wearing number 11 tonight. Normally number 16, the 6'3" outside hitter, getting her first kill of the night. Must be nice to bring somebody off the bench at 6'3". Side out, Fighting Irish, +6. Mitchell went up to get it, but the set was off the mark. Point will go to the Fighting Irish. There was some miscommunication there where that Mitchell wanted that set. Bethany Ring, as those two are talking right now, where that set needed to be. Now you're down by 7. Another mistake there by the Eagles. The back set there, cross-court kill. Into the lineup now will be Whitney Laney. 6-point lead for the Fighting Irish here in the third set, trying to go for the sweep here tonight. The defending champions trying to add another trophy to their trophy case and then focus on that tournament coming up next week. Lewis, great swing. Ball caught part of the net. Brown back the other way, found the open hole. Number 7 now for Brown tonight. By the way, both teams serving much better. We had 4 early for Heritage Christian. They still have 4. The Fighting Irish still with 3. It's a 5-point lead. Laney, another good serve, and backpedaling was London Murray, who's in the lineup. Laney gets her first ace of the night. Want to remind you, with all the college football, NFL, high school football all coming this weekend, make sure you check out Aspen Creek Grill. Amazing food and servers who care about your experience. Aspen Creek Grill. Excellent job by Mitchell. Eagles back on the attack. Brown. Fighting Irish. Boy, I tell you, that's got a heck of a spin on it, and Blaine Adams does it again. That's number 8 now by Adams. She will come out of the lineup. Sydney Matthews checking back in, and Matthews will serve with a 5-point lead here in the third set. Here's Brown. Great job outside left by Mansager. Number 7, timeout on the floor. 12-6 Fighting Irish.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with the blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Wheeler Mission. For over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. Give them a call, 317-686-6239. Eagles have to make their return to the middle. Lewis had a great swing again. The kick back, and it's not kept alive, but great effort by the Fighting Irish. Nice job by Bethany Ring. Able to make that quick return. She did that a lot last night. Was very successful. Lead is at 5 now. And Brown will now serve for Heritage Christian. The overpass there by the Fighting Irish, able to make the return. Mitchell high in the air. Collision on the other side. That's going to be long by Mensch. Eagles thought it was hit again. They've been pleading for that call all night long, but they do not get it again. Point will go to the Fighting Irish. And tell you what, Cathedral lucky that time. They had 2 players collide. One went down, threw them completely out of their rotation. Still leaded by 6. Mensch to the outside, long again. She knew it from the time she hit it. Lead at 7. Cathedral won the first set 25-17. They dominated the second set 25-10. They're slowly putting it together in this one too, as Laney unable to handle it, and the ace. Now it's at 8. We have a race now to 10. That's what Keith would say, wouldn't it? Good knuckleball. Brown on the return, free ball here. That's going to be wide. Mansager had a great strike, but it's a little bit wide. Point Eagles. And side out now for Mitchell. We mentioned Mitchell struggling a little bit in the serving department. Still a 7-point lead. Good serve by Mitchell. Would love to see more of that from her. First ace of the night. She does have a kill to her credit. Thompson checking in now for Heritage Christian. First time we'll see Thompson. Didn't see her last night, but we'll see here tonight. Still a 6-point lead. Mitchell, that's going to fall in. 2 in a row now by Mitchell. Lead at 5. Fighting Irish did not play that one clean. And a great attempt by Hoban. But again, you look at that play up front by Bethany Ring. And Ring has done it again. And all of a sudden, it's a 4-point lead. That'll be the 5th service error now by Heritage Christian, so they give one back. Sophia Farah coming back in, number 11, side out now for Stubbs. Great play defensively by Hoban. Mensch to the outside and the kill. 9 now by Ella Mensch. Lead is at 4. Tonight's game brought to you in part by LifeWise Academy. LifeWise programs support educators and communities by improving student outcomes. With LifeWise Academy, your community can bring biblical values into the classroom. If you'd like more information, give LifeWise Academy a call, 614-367-5767. And there's a case of miscommunication on that back row. And the Fighting Irish need to get a timeout. Their lead down to 3.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Hey sports fans, are you ready to get even closer to all the action with IndianaSRN? Subscribe now and never miss a moment. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and get instant access to exclusive live streams. Stay updated with real-time scores and breaking news by following us on Twitter, your ultimate source for everything Indiana sports related. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube and smash that follow on Twitter. Join the IndianaSRN family today and take your passion for high school and college sports to the next level.
Eagles showing some life, and they're going to get another one. Bethany Ring coming up with a couple of aces here, and now the lead down to 2. How will the Fighting Irish respond here? Another good serve. And another point. This time it'll be Thier with the block. And it's down to 1. The run is at 8-1. Courtney Wilson now checking in for Cathedral. Stubbs will sit down. Chance to tie here in the third set. We have not seen a whole lot on the bench here. Coming to the outside, that'll be Mansager with a kill. Number 8. We haven't seen much of Courtney Wilson. She's going to get some playing time here for the Fighting Irish as Sydney Matthews checks out. Mansager will serve now. The lead back to 2, and there's an ace. Miscommunication again on the back row between Hilbrick and Mensch. Boy, you hate to see that if you're an Eagles fan, because you just gave back another point, and now the lead back to 3 right when you had everything going your way. Will they keep it alive? They will. To the outside. Good swing there by Farah. And then you just can't stop the play of Blaine Adams. Number 9 now for Adams. Adams, a superstar in the making, and the Eagles need another timeout. 19-15 is your score.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. We consider it a privilege to have you as one of our listeners and viewers. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
This is the hotel breakfast.
It looked different online.
Do you children like eggs? Here, they make your bones grow.
It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine. All right, guys. Look alive.
Is it fine, Daryl?
I'm starving.
When free hot breakfast can make or break your day, it matters where you stay.
Go get him.
Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the...
Following the Eagles' timeout, they're down by 4. Brown, the push at the net, and the block there by Chloe Moss, her second of the night. And now we're in the red zone, only 5 away here for the Fighting Irish to win the City Alliance Championship again this year. Trying to get the sweep and misplaying that one is Hilbrick. The ace to Mansager. And all of a sudden it turns into a 6-point lead after the 8-1 run. And they try to go short on that one. That'll be the 4th service error. Down to 5. And Ella Mensch will now serve for the Eagles. To the outside. Down the line on the swing is Adams, and then the misplay. Not the same team we really saw last night. Heritage Christian unable to make the play there. Now they're down by 6. It's down to 3. Side out for Hoban. Here's Brown. Fighting Irish back set. Farah gets it across. Ball hits the top of the net. Here come the Fighting Irish again. The back set to the right side for Thier. Farah had a nice swing, the 6'3" player from that right side. Brown down the line in the point. 8 kills now for Alex Brown. Lead down to 5. Side out now for Anna Hilbrick. Boy, and the set at the net cost him as Thier reaches over and gets the kill. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Morales Group Staffing. They're in business to create a better future for you, your family, and the community we share. Whether you're looking for the right career or the perfect candidate, they're here to help. Give them a call, 317-472-7600. And Farah on the right side with the kill, her second of the night. 23-18. Side out here for London Murray. So now just 2 away for the sweep. And how about that? A short set to Mitchell. Really think they need to do that for her more. Only her second kill of the night. Side out here for Laney. Still a 4-point lead. The Eagles have another run in him here. Murray to the middle. Brown able to keep it alive. Lewis had a nice swing from the middle. Will they go back to Lewis again? No, they go to the outside, and they do it again with Blaine Adams. 10th kill of the night for Adams. And now match point. Sydney Matthews coming in to serve. Good serve by Matthews. Will it be Mitchell again? And it is. 2 in a row for Mitchell. One of those weapons we talked about it last night. Really felt maybe they should have used her a little bit more on the offensive attack, and now it's down to 4. Here's Brown serving. Of course, those 20 points, the most they have scored here tonight. Can the Fighting Irish put it away right here? The return. Still at match point. Mensch to the outside, and they're going to stay alive. Number 10 for Ella Mensch. And the Fighting Irish call a timeout. They lead it by 3.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. We consider it a privilege to have you as one of our listeners and viewers. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
This is the hotel breakfast.
It looked different online.
Do you children like eggs? Here, they make your bones grow.
It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine.
All right, guys. Look alive.
Is it fine, Daryl?
I'm starving. When free hot breakfast can make or break your day, it matters where you stay.
Go get 'em.
Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the
Eagles still alive. They trail it by 3, still at match point. Let's see what will happen here. And they go to the outside, and Mansager finishes it off with her 9th kill of the night. And they win the final set 25-19. So the Fighting Irish 25-17, 25-10, 25-19, and they pick up the win here tonight, and they are the City Alliance champions once again. With that win tonight, they improved their record to 19-9 on the season. Leading the way tonight, Avery Lewis had a heck of a night. 11 kills on the night, had a couple of blocks and an assist. Blaine Adams finished with 10 kills on the night. Hayden Mansager finished with 9 kills and a couple of aces. Caroline Hanchar also had a nice night. She finished with 6 kills and 3 aces. Chloe Moss had a couple of blocks as well. That's going to do it. Don't forget, high school football tomorrow night, 3 games on tap. College football coming up on Saturday. For the entire crew, once again, thanks for being with us. Your city champions, Cathedral, they win it 3-0.